Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jay from the GBUKJai and welcome back to another part of the Croc, the Legend of the Gobbos Let's Play, playthrough, whatever, commentary, whatever you'd like to call it. We are finished, at least for now, with World 2, so it's time to heat things up in the desert with World 3. Let's start with lights, camel, action. Unfortunately there is no camel. There's lots of sun in terms of light, and I guess there's lots of action as well. And not only action, the music like kicks it up a notch. Oh man, the music of this world is amazing in my opinion. I love the soundtrack of this game. Of course, we're in this deserty themed world, and I do like the fact that I think it was in the snow level, but I didn't really touch up on it. Croc's running into the sand, you can see his footprints. Little details like that is great. You've got this very upbeat music that fits so well with the trumpet and the trumpet and the music. It fits so well. This is like the vibrant part of it, but not only does this look great, the music is great. Of course, there's going to be, well, I say of course, but there's a downside. This is when the game really kicks up in terms of difficulty, I think. Precise jumping becomes, well, I wouldn't say 10 times worse, but it gets pretty hard in my opinion. Maybe my perception is never very good, but yeah, they definitely kick up the difficulty. And starting off, I think this jump right here is a bit tricky. And I would go for this jump. The only reason is because I always assumed you meant to go to that one, right? But half the time, Croc won't grab on it because I'm like on an angle and I can't turn around quick enough, because obviously these are cracked platforms, so you got to react fast. So I always go for this one because I feel like, well, this is slightly lower but a little bit further away. But I tend to have a easier time jumping to this one. And then we jump to this. Get the red crystal. Nice. And I believe this is most likely a gobbo. Yep. There we go, that's 2 already. Now, remember what I was saying, or you might not have, but if you're new, if you've started with this part, how I was gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh! No, how YouTube does things sometimes. You come in and you're like, oh, you're introduced to part, I don't know, whatever of this Let's Play commentary. So you might not have watched one of the earlier parts, but I was mentioning how like the crystals normally line up in order, so if you've got like a blue but you haven't got the green, you've most likely missed it. Not so much the case now. When you get this world, they kind of miss that about. Like, I've got the red and I've got the blue, but don't worry, I haven't got the green yet, but that's because we haven't come up to it. So yeah, they kind of throw you for a loop a little bit in that sort of sense. So it's just trying to keep an eye on what you've got so far, and not get confused and be like, oh hey, did I miss this? By the way, that I don't even know what that is. Well, I guess it's like a mud pit. There's actually a level called Mud Pit Mania next, I believe. So I guess it's like some sort of super hot mud pit. I don't know, it's dodgy. Don't touch it, put it that way. That's like your equivalent to lava, even though there is a level literally with lava as well in this world. So right, I need to, can I reach that from here? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. There you go. Nice. And then take the balloon. Pop it a pop. Nice. So yes, if you thought the game was hard already, oh boy, when it gets to the third world, oh boy, the difficulty goes up a bit, that's for sure. And if you're someone like me who, I do like a decent challenge, so you might be like, you know what, I haven't had that much trouble, as other people are saying. Well, especially if you're playing this like casually, you're not going for 100%, then I feel like you would have a much easier time and you wouldn't feel as much of difficulty, because, collecting the gobbos is a pain. This is also a bit of a type jump with the old jelly there. We don't really do too much with the jelly. I feel like we see it a bit more in this world. I do like the fact that it's jelly as a spring. I like that. You know what I mean? It's unique. Sort of it just being like a typical spring. Obviously, Sonic's obviously taken that trope. So I approve. And they do kind of expand on the whole jelly thing with Croc Legend of the Gobbos 2. Well, it's not called Legend of the Gobbos, it's just called, literally just called Croc 2, that's it. Where they've got like, you can actually buy different jellies, so that's interesting. Oh god, okay. Yeah, and not only does the level get harder, the bonuses get harder, of course they do, at least in my opinion. But we'll get to it when we get to it. Before that, let's enter this door because we need to get the last Gobbo and the last crystal. And also suddenly, elephant. And apparently it's fine, it can survive the heat of the mud pit there. So, what we have to do, let's jump on him. Kind of reminds me of that sea monster creature in Mario 64, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, in that one level. I think it has a name, but it's been a long time since I played Mario 64. I didn't grow up with Mario, so like my experience of Mario 64 is mainly from like playing like my friends' games and stuff, like when I was younger and stuff. Well, that was my fault. Oops, I slid off there. Oh no, I have to do that again? Ugh, that's no fun. Yeah, a lot of the time when you hit a switch and you die or you leave the area, the switch gets reset, which is a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. I wish it'd just be like, well, hey, you've done it, why should you have to do it again? But, you know, not quite. So yeah, I'm not sure what the name is, but I know it has a name, the creature in Mario 64. I might put up a little picture, say about now, so, oh god, so that you can just go around and do that, but I wanted to be cheeky, so you guys can see. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. I mean, if that creature is a lot bigger, and it's water, it's not like a giant bloomin' mud pit that's gonna kill you. Oh, this jump, I don't like this jump. Too soon. Damn it. Go now. Go now. Oh god. So glad that Croc could grab. Whew. They pretty much expect this anyway because, you know, tight platforming and all that jazz. This music though, this is my jam. Listen to this. This is my jam. This is literally my jam right here, guys. Alright, here we go. Bonus. What do we have to do? We have to outrun this ghost. Now, how this works, right, is basically... Actually, I should have gone the other way. How this ghost will basically follow a set path of the crystals, right? It will follow a set path of the crystals. If you collect them, it gets faster. The crystals slow it down. Now, some people are daredevil-y, or a lot better than me, and they just run full speed like this. You know, not having like any issues or anything. I could do that now, I'm at the end. But if you don't get to the end, right, before the ghost, if the ghost from Pac-Man world beats you, it's a little, it's slimmed down a little bit. There's a grey one, isn't there? Well, Talkman. Yeah, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, Pac-Man world, check out my Let's Play. Shameless plug. If you don't beat him, then he will take the key away and you can't unlock the Gobbo. There he is. He doesn't hurt you though. So there. I can only assume it's Baron Dante. You know, it's one of his schemes. And it's dark as well. Yeah, we're going to get into some dark light, like some dark caves and whatnot. It's kind of like Croc's only... Like, Croc's light is surrounded around him, which also kind of reminds me of Rayman 1. There's a level, I think it's like one of the parts of Eat at Joe's, one of the last-ish levels of Rayman. The original, the 2D game, the 3D game. Let's start Mudpitmania anyway. And in that, it's like completely dark, and you have like this firefly that lights up your punch. And yeah, it's pitch black, other than the little light surrounding Rayman. It kind of reminds me of that, but I mean 2D, 3D, but you know. Something like that. So now we've got mummies. Don't know why. Maybe they're going for a desert-y Egyptian theme. You know, it's not just to rock a random desert. You know what I mean? We've cactuses and everything, and the heat burning you everywhere you go. It's you know, it's like a bit of an Egyptian feel. Although that's probably the only thing. It's just like random mummies about. So magical mummies, of course. Everything is magical in this world. Oh god. Oh god. All right. So we're gonna have to go round the corner of this little tube here. Kind of like the wells, really. I guess I might as well just call it a well. Because there's a key hidden behind there. Little cheeky. That's like a Spyro Dragon thing to do, if you ask me, because oh, well, you can jump on top of that and it makes it faster, but that's a Spyro Dragon thing, like when they hide like gems and stuff. So tapping into my inner Spyro the Dragon, I guess. I should get the Spyro the Dragon 2 at some point. I'm sure I will. I always say if I'm still about, because I never know. Like I might have given it up by the time I even consider, or don't even, you know, get to that point. You just don't know, guys. You don't know what's gonna happen in life, man. I could be still doing this some years down the line, or yeah, I could be finished like this year or something. And this is 2017, by the way. But boy, God, and it's not this level isn't the only thing that's hot. I'm boiling at the time this recording. It's basically nearly the end of May, and suddenly we've got an increase in temperature over here in the UK, and it's hot. It's hot. I am sweating buckets right now. You can't tell, but I'm wearing like shorts, and like I'm literally not wearing a shirt. Yes, literally, I am not wearing a shirt. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's appropriate because I'm in the desert world, but damn, I don't like the heat. I don't. I'm a cold person. I like the cold. I don't like the heat. So, and we had a random thunderstorm today actually, which was interesting. Like, you know, it's been hot, and then, you know, we haven't had rain for a bit, and then suddenly thunderstorm for a little bit. And it was a really heavy thunderstorm as well, with hail and lightning and thunder and everything. And this was like in the morning. This was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, whoa. Like, I was not expecting that. And then, obviously, it soon went away, and then we got the heat and the sun back again. I was like, huh, okay. Interesting. But there's two ways to go here. But if you're going for 100%, of course, we need to go this way. Because at the end, I believe there's a Gobbo. So we climb along here. Drop about here. There we go. I always find that perception there to be a little bit difficult. Sometimes I drop a bit too soon and I slide off that edge, because that's a tiny platform. Also, these weird expanding, you know, this expanding and what's the opposite word of expanding? I always forget what that opposite word is, but you know what I mean. It makes such a weird sound. I would even go to say a kind of a creepy sound. We're in a dark setting right now. Well, you know, there's a bit of light, but it's dark around here. But the sound just sounds kind of disturbing. Like, what are these platforms? They're very weird looking platforms. I don't know. They look dodgy to me anyway. So this world has basically got its unique theme, and a lot of the time you'll hear like remixed versions of it to kind of fit the area. So that's cool. Right, we don't want to go into there yet. We want to go up here. Now this world's actually a mixture of a bit of a water world as well. Well, there's basically sections of water in this world as well. So that's cool. Please make it. Okay, I made it. That's fine. Right, now we can come down here and we can do that. Take out this guy. Now I've got some more glitches to tell you about as well, guys. I don't really have any more tips. Not tips, but like facts at the moment. If I can find any more, I'll let you guys know. But at the moment, I don't have any, unfortunately. I think I go this way. Watch out, there's a twister that comes along here, right? And believe me, it will screw you over. It literally, like, it picks you up, it throws you about, and it normally throws you about in the pit, because you're basically surrounded by a massive mud pit, like that one down there, but everywhere. You can't see anything, so yeah, you gotta watch out for that twister. It makes a distinguished sound. If I can get my words out, it makes a distinguished sound. I think I screwed myself over. Can I? I mean, I could always just like exit and re-enter. Okay, Yeah, I pushed it a bit too far. Yeah, it has a distinguished whooshing type of sound, I guess. So if you hear it and you're close, just, you know, take a distance. You can see it, like, when you get close enough. Watch out for it, man. Like, the amount of times that it screwed me over, and it's not the only time we'll see it. We'll be seeing it quite a lot through the desert world. It's pretty much like it's exclusive to the desert world. There's a lot of things exclusive to the desert world, I feel like. There's also going to be, let's say, another dark... I was going to say, there's another dark section coming up where we actually have to use lights. Like, we have, like, little... Basically fireflies, yeah, like Crash Bandicoot, fireflies in a jar. I think they're fireflies, they look like fireflies in a jar. Which will temporarily light your way, and then once it goes out, it's pitch black and you pretty much can't see anything. They do respawn, but it's one of those things where if you're not in an area where there is a firefly, because they're scattered about, right? If they, you know, if you aren't near a firefly, obviously you're going to be going in blind. If you're unsure, like if you've got the firefly and then you've like, oh wait, I think it's going to go out, you can literally just wait, stand in the position to where the firefly was, and then just it will respawn. It does respawn, so yeah. I was listening to the sound. Just made it. Woohoo! Just made it. I believe this is a water section, which is kind of weird. It's like you go down a tube now, and now suddenly water. I'm sure Mario did it though. And now you got these electric barriers, which I think we did see like maybe once earlier before. If not, here they are. And we've also got I think jellyfishes, which try to home into your location. Also, yeah. That crystal there is a hidden crystal. That's actually a purple crystal. So that actually, I actually forgot about that when I was practicing this game, and I was like, I've missed a crystal, and I was like, you know what? I bet it's one of those white crystals, because yeah, they do that sometimes, man. They do that. We've also got these guys who are going to be shooting their little energy balls. We need to get past him though, because he has a key. There we go. Nice. And then we should be able to just carry on. The swimmer controls aren't great. They aren't. Got the hammerhead shark. There's the gobbo. Nice. Now I'm pretty certain you don't need to unlock these boxes. They're just for crystals. So if you want the crystals, go right ahead. You know, like I said, they all add up, and you'll eventually get a life. But if you're not bothered, you know, it's like with collecting Wumpa Fruit with Crash Bandicoot. You know. You want the life, extra lives. I mean, in this game, you kind of need them. In Crash, well, 1 you probably do. In 2, 3, not so much. Yeah, there's the jar. There's the firefly. I'm going to ignore that for now. And now I'm going to get it. Yeah, it's literally pitch black. You cannot see anything. So, don't dilly-dally is all I can say. Oh, I hate this jump. I hate this jump. Ah, that's so tight. That's such a tight jump. If you ask me, it really is. Hey, it's such a tight jump. I don't know where I'm going. Okay. My silly humour. I'm sorry. Well, they give you a heart. I mean, that's something. Surprised I have 20 lives. Nearly was going to make that 19. But that's fine. And then this is the yellow crystal, right? Yeah. And then I should be able to just make a jump for it. There we go. Alright. Another chase sequence. Let's see how we do. Okay. I was like, where are you going to stop me? So remember, you get the crystal, and he starts picking up the pace. It's kind of hard not to get the crystals though, because they kind of put you on that path. Does that make sense? So it's like, oh hey, you don't want to get the crystals, but what choice do you have? They don't really give you a choice. Oh my god, that tight platforming right there. Oh my god. Get up, Croc. So honestly, I try and avoid the crystals if I can. I got the key, so we should be good now, because he takes the key away. So as long as you've got the key, you're good. He'll soon make his way over here. And we got the Gobbo! Yay! Alrighty. I've actually been using the little hover a little bit. There we go. Yeah, again, it's pitch black again, so it's a little hard. Perception and all that jazz. Lots of leap of faiths. Speaking of leap of faith, there's a level actually called Leap of Faith. Like I'm not joking. And it's in this world. But it's not this level. This is going underground, underground. Oh my god. You know I'm old when I'm singing that song. I don't even like that song. I really don't. It's just one of those songs I used to hear a lot. And I was like, you know, one of those radio songs in a way. Yeah. Songs you don't want to hear. Oh god. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright, so yeah, this is basically an inner cave one, and I got lava this time. But not only that. It's got another interesting gimmick. It's basically like a race to hit the switches in time. Which we'll see in a minute when we go through the door. Before that, we need to like take a quick U-turn here. I've got to wait for that platform to come back. Like this. This is a bad camera angle, but there we go. Alright. Float! Nah, I can do it. I can do it. I'm scrub. No speedrunning skills for me. So it's not this room, it's the room afterwards, I believe. I think it's this level. Or I could be confusing myself for another level, but I think it's this one. As I mentioned before, these probably should be burnt since they're wood. Floating under, you know, hot boiling lava like that, but I won't question it. I mean, these are magic, clearly, so... Everything's magical. Surprised this isn't Disney. There we go. Nice. I would argue... Nah, I was going to say I would argue this might be the hardest world, but actually, no, I don't think so. I do think the final world is the hardest, which does make sense. But this has got its fair share of difficulties, for sure. But let me know, if you've played this game, what do you think of this world? Do you like this world? I'll probably ask what your favourite world is. I'm not too sure if I have or not, but like, where would you rank this? I quite like it. The music is amazing in this world. You know, apart from some of the difficulty being a bit like, you know, questionable in places, you know, I like it. I like the theme, I just don't like the heat, you know. I'm boiling, guys, help. It's so hot. But I'm here Saturday, I'm recording because, well, I gotta record, man. I gotta record. It's Saturday's normally my recording session nowadays because it's just the best time. I do get a bit of time a bit of free time to, I guess, kind of record when I finish with work. But honestly, I'm normally doing other stuff, like more important stuff, really, when I can, when I'm not sleeping, when I'm not coming home and then I'm sleeping because I'm tired from work. There we go. Now, I'm trying to remember my experiences with Croc, because I wanted to share with you guys, you know, I like sharing with you guys, like, my experiences when we're first playing the game. You know, like, you know, it was the first time you played Crash Bandicoot, how did you get it, how did you hear about it, and, like how I was explaining with another game, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, was when I would have never experienced it if it weren't for my neighbour who gave it to me. And basically, long story short, he brought it for his son. I guess he didn't realise that it was 12 plus, and he was underage. Not by much, but I guess, like, his mum was like, it's still, like, you know, a higher age than he is, and she was like, yeah, I don't want him playing that in case it's, you know, I don't know, it's a guy with, like, holding, like, a weapon, and it's like, well, I mean, weapon, kids, I can understand that. So he gave it to me, who I think I was either 12, ironically, or 13 at the time. And I experienced Prince of Persia Sands of Time, and I'm so glad I did. Also, that was the puzzle. Basically, you have a little time and it goes, you know, you can hear the little ticker. if you run out of time, I think that's it. I don't think you get another chance. Even if you kill yourself. I could be wrong. You might be able to walk in and out. You might be able to kill yourself and reset, but I don't think so. I think this game will literally punish you if you do it wrong. Time for more water. There's lava, there's water. Everywhere, man. This isn't too bad, though. These guys, I don't think... they don't really go after you. They got their pitchforks, but they don't really go after you. They just swim around in a motion, so... Can I get them? Yes, I just want a hit point. So you don't have to worry about them, like, coming after you. They have a simple pattern. You can still fall into them, like me, because I'm a ninny and the controls aren't that good. They are rather bad. Especially when you got games like Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot. You know, the controls were fine in that game. Obviously, Bandicoot 1, they fine-tuned it, and 2 and 3 are a lot better, but you know. They tried. Now, I've got a little trick for you guys. It's not anything super fantastic. But it's basically, it's a bit of a risky. It's like a high risk, high reward. You won't lose any life, but you'll just fall into the water if you do it wrong. So you have to keep going back into that water section and coming back out. It's not like super long, but again, if you leave, the switch is reset. So yes, this does involve a switch. Now, of course, we've got our favourite Tatiti, the one that keeps jumping up and down, like he's jumping up and down on his bed, like the naughty little kid he is. He's going to break that bed. Well, he's going to break that, he is. Well, it's not actually on a bed, but you know what I'm saying. Being a little too happy there. You could just about jump on top and reach up, right? But it's implied that you're meant to climb along and try and avoid... Again, you're probably not going to lose any health. I'm pretty certain you don't lose any, what's the word? Any full damage. This ain't Bubsy. You're okay. But obviously it is annoying. So what I suggest to do, again, high risk, high reward. You might be better than me at this game, but what I do is I take a run and jump. I jump up here. Take him out. And you can do two of one thing. You can kind of reverse a little bit, or you could do like a inner jump. I think what also works is if you slightly slide down, like so. And this is a little awkward, but you could jump out and then jump forward. And I find that a lot easier. Screw your ladder mechanics. Screw your climbing. Oh crap. Well, I'm not going to die anyway, but I thought I was going to make it, but never mind. Also, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned, but this game does suffer from the CD audio where like it just kind of stops. I think Rayman had that problem. It just kind of stops, then you have to wait for it to start again. It's time for another chase. You guessed it. Uh-oh. Right, okay. I always get confused because they always start you sometimes in an awkward place. You're like, what do I do? Right. Ignore that. We need to go this way. I think. Yes. So there's the key. So we should be good. We should be good in theory. I cannot see. Okay. Oh god. Right, let's go back. So we should be good now. We just hop on over. You can actually do this, but, you know, you want the key, so it's best to go the way I'm going. Oh, we got lightning. Got thunderstorm of our own. That's cool. And then we could just follow this path. Like so. And I think this is the path that he's taking, so he's taking the long road, you know. Take the balloon. And we can just... you know, just collect the rest of the crystals. Doesn't matter. We've got what we wanted. Screw you, Pac-Man Ghost. Cool. Soon pick up speed then, isn't he? Nice. Making some solid progress. And I will personally say that I think I've done much better so far than what I ever did with the last Let's Play. Now, you might not even know about it because I got rid of it. I debated about it for a long time. I was like, well, I got some decent views, but these are views that... This is like 100 views for some of the videos, right? I would be happy if this was like maybe only been like a year or two. This is like 5-6 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, obviously the views are like, I don't know, like 100 views a year. No, not even that, like 20 views a year, which is honestly rubbish. You know, not many people are finding these videos, or not many people are really searching up Croc and watching them and stuff, which is why I didn't expect this to get too many views. But I do appreciate any of you that are watching this, wherever you're wherever and whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this later on down the line, or if you're watching this the following Tuesday that I you know, on the day, and you know, you're like, hey, yeah, I'm right here first in the comment section, because people like to do that, right? Do people still like to do that? All right, let's get on with the first boss, the mini boss, of course, the deadly tank of Neptuna. Alright, what's Baron Dancy doing this time? I actually like this. Swelly swelly! And, yeah. Gonna have to be dealing with him now. He's evolved. With his trident. Gotta watch out, man. Now, this boss is actually kind of tricky, and again, I will kind of say it's partly due to the controls. The controls kind of let it down. Like, I wouldn't say it's super duper hard. Also, I think this is the only time we see this fish, by the way. Which I don't think it goes after you, I think it just swims around in a pattern. You'd think it'd like try and go after you, but it doesn't. At least I don't think it does. I never give it a chance, honestly. Yeah, I think it's the only time we see that fish. So yes, of course, because it's an underwater boss. Underwater controls. We've got the hammerhead shark once again. Again, minding his own business, honestly. Just patrol him, but doesn't really go after you, so... Unfortunately, this fish has been also controlled. Also crabs. And this crab will actually jump up. Like, I think if you're higher than him, he'll actually just suddenly launch up into the air and reach your height. So be careful, because he actually does that very quickly. Catches me off guard sometimes. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Of course, we've got all these electric gates everywhere now. Joy. They also put a heart behind one of them as well. It's not bad. But this section is really short. We're literally just about to get to the boss. Literally. I'm going to get this heart because it's a free heart. You know. Just a bit of patience. Yeah. Like that. Now, if you can, you want to go into this boss fight with crystals if you can. The first two hits are not so bad. Well, the first two phases are not so bad. It's the third phase. Yeah, it's a trident after all. Right. Swim away. Really? Just like how you do, like, you run away from the opponents, wait for him to attack, and then go in. Like so. He'll do the same thing again. Look, he even just stood still. This is the hard part. He's going to shoot lasers at you. Yeah, I'd go below. I'd recommend going below. If you go below, he doesn't really get enough time to react to you, so he doesn't lower himself, so you're fine. Don't go higher, and don't stay in the same plane, because he will hit you, and it fires fast. Oh, man, I made that look easy. I'm not saying I'm good or anything. Hi, bye. I was just like, oh, I'm out of here. Like, no thanks. I also like how Beanie, yeah, beanie me up, man. Scotty beanie me up. He's got a little, you know, little snorkel as well underwater. How did he even get there? Magic. Oh, guys, we've unlocked the Arabian Nights. I mean Heights. It's time. No, it's not time. Next time it's Sand and Freedom. Not sure what that's meant to imply there, but that is it for this part of Croc Legend of the Gobbos. As always, if you did enjoy the video, please give the video a like, share it if you can, because it all really does help. Also subscribe if you're new, if you want to see some more Croc Legend of Gobbos and other platformers and other videos I like. Yeah, I upload this every Tuesday, so like I say, be sure to tune in every Tuesday for another episode of Croc Legend of the Gobbos. And before we leave off, as I always say right at the end, I'm sure some people do like skip this because, you know, some people either get hooked in at the beginning of the video, or, you know, if you don't say what they're going to hear, you know, don't always watch the video. But if you are still here, guys, a couple of things I'll tell you about. So, glitches, right? Glitches, cheats, whatever you want to call them. I guess I kind of call them glitches, honestly. Not actual, like, proper, like, Game Shark type of cheats. So I'd call these glitches. In the Sega Saturn version, apparently, the game was a little broken. As in, broken... Croc didn't have his head, apparently. Well, like, I know it as a missing head glitch. As just the missing head glitch, right? Basically start off the game and, well, it's not just him. I think like some models and other things were like glitched, like the graphics weren't there properly. For some reason, Croc, like, his head wasn't really there. And apparently there was like a paper, like not a manual, a paper, like a piece of paper that was, I guess, handed to people who had the Sega Saturn version, telling them how to fix it. Which I find hilarious. I'm like, wow, okay, so I guess it's like the developers, I don't know, maybe ran out of time and they're like, here, it's an easy fix, we'll just shove it into the, you know, shove the means on how to fix it into the case, into the game, and then you can fix it yourself, which I find absolutely hilarious. So yeah, with that said, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. There is 2 other glitches. Well, they're kind of like the same glitch but for 2 different levels. They're called the Infinite Gobbo glitch, but I'm gonna save that for the next part. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.